Okay, let's go curve tubes and shoo. Lower that draw size, get it roughly at the halfway point. And is that good enough? We need to get it kind of halfway into that rib. So we're at the halfway point and we're getting it halfway into the rib. Something like that. Alright, and then we're going to pull this back roughly the same distance. Okay, but close to where that keel is terminating, and then we're going to pull it back. So you can see the kind of step ladder approach of what we're doing here. So side view, pull it out. Okay, and then we might delete, pull it down, delete, pull it out. Okay, if that's the angle that we want. Okay, yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Let's come in, delete, right? And then another one. Okay, gotta watch where it starts. Okay, where it starts is really important. Okay, delete, and then shoot something back, kind of coming in, pigeon toe style. And there you go. Now the only thing you got to do is go into the move brush, mask out these guys separately, and maybe even rotate and go from point A to point B and just rotate that out. That's kind of a nice cheap way to make that happen. So let's get this out of there a little bit. I think that's within range. And then let's get these guys all set. And what are we going to do? I want those knees in a little bit and then rotate it out. Yes. Okay. Okay. Something like that. Fair enough. And I'm not sure about that angle. Boom. But cool. Alright, we got our bird started. Okay, if you want, you might go into inflate, and let's just get these epicondyles a little bit more bone-like. And how many are we going to have here? So 1, 2, 3. These are really small. Yeah. Okay, God, I love this inflate brush because just instantly it starts to make that look cooler and bonier. something like that. And then you can do the same all over. Okay, and there we go. Perspective is on, and let's give it a little turntable. Click in there. Make sure local is off when you do that. Okay. So, shift it all the way to the side. Shift, click in that open space to the left, and then we can get a good look at the form here, see if there's anything that we would really want to change. And I think that pelvic area is still a bit too much of a block, but we have the essentialized elements, and so from this point we can actually pose and start to create some of the other elements, because we can do some musculature this way, but with the arms collapsed in like that, I personally think you're talking about some serious pain. So the next step would be to open up those arms and start getting into more of some sort of a posed position, basically.